So people listening to this now, I'll tell you right off the bat, I'm lucky to be here because I'm 4 years out. 90% plus people dying, passing away in the first 2 years. We've all heard the legacies of some people. I got lucky. I had an incredible surgeon, Dr. Lowy. I can't say enough about him at UCSD. And yes, I was diagnosed first with 2 tumors. In 2019, I was diagnosed with a different type of tumor in the tail of the pancreas. And then 2 years later, because of a gastroenterologist that may have saved my life, she said, "Mark, I don't like the way your last CAT scan looks. Why don't we schedule an MRI?" And that's just when the pandemic broke. I started losing weight. I went from 175 down to 119.
Oh, wow.
And I thought it was the stress of the pandemic. My mother-in-law was in the hospital with a recurrence of cancer. My brother was in the hospital with COVID for 3 months. My uncle died from it, my best reader. So I ignored it. Doctors are the worst patients. We never get sick. And then she called and said, "Let's do this MRI." And lo and behold, my wife's a retired physical therapist. You've met her. And I proposed to her again after 40 years of marriage, gave her an out. She made the same mistake twice, my friend said. And a week later, I turned yellow, and that was when the MRI was scheduled already, right the next day.
Wow.
And I got lucky because for people listening, if you have a friend that either loses a lot of weight or yourself, suddenly see the doctor immediately, unless you're trying to. If you see your urine turns orange, okay, see a doctor right away. That's bilirubin. Something's blocking it. If you suddenly, and this is the one that people mistakenly have happen, if you have a sudden pain on the left side of your back, right below the last rib. My wife has her roommate from college, diagnosed 6 months before me. But the first thing, she's an athlete, she was a tennis player. Comes in with a pain under there. Here's some Tylenol, come back in 3 weeks. Here's some opioids, come back in 2 weeks. About 2 months later, they finally said, let's do a CAT scan. It was metastatic already. Because that's the problem. I've really gotten a lot of joy and really coming to me. I hope it helps the other people. But I've had Dr. Lowy and others refer people to me that have been diagnosed.
Yeah.
Because for me, I remember getting the diagnosis. I know enough about medicine. I was a veterinary oncologist during my clinical years. And I knew I'm talking 6 to 8 months. And I talked to a colleague's daughter who was out 7 years. And I got off the phone, I looked in the mirror, and I said, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I have so much to live for.